the first historic Formula Ford 1600 race is away, and out of Parma they come for the first time, and it is Ben Sim from the outside the front row that's made the best start. He's already started to gap the pole man. That's Sam Mitchell as they come down towards Agostini hairpin. They're side by side further back. That's about 5th position. It's Josh West the outside. Couldn't quite tell who that was on the inside from that camera angle. Up in towards Hamilton and goes. Somebody kicking out dust down here at Agostini. I think it could have well been Will Nuttall. And then Pateri Kaviri's behind him as the trio of cars head their way into Oggies for the first lap of the 20-minute race we have here for the historic Formula Ford 1600 race. We've had a spinner there, a couple of spinners I think possibly out of Hamilton, but down the Bentley straight they go. The slipstreaming starts here. Ben Sims perhaps with a big enough gap to Sam Mitchell as they head their way down the Bentley straight, down towards Brunler Nelson. They go underneath the Snetterton bridge, then they turn through the left hand, and then they slow the car down for Nelson where they go out of view. And you can see lots of slipstreaming going on side by side into the corner. They want to sort some souths out hopefully, and they head down towards Cornwall, then towards Coram, and to finish the lap off at Murray's. And the safety car boards, the lights here flashing. You could just see the new technology we've had in the last couple of years, the lights flashing there, and the leaders will be getting pulled out as they come up across the line. So safety car out, obviously for the stuff that went on down at Hamilton. Obviously the driver cars weren't able to get back going, so after that first lap, there's Ben Sims at lead, Sam Mitchell second, third David Wild, fourth Simon Toyn, fifth Josh West, sixth Will Nuttall, eighth Pateri Kaviri, Stuart Hestabout in eighth, ninth Maxim Bartel, and in 10th James Buxton. So that's your top 10. Here's one of our smashed up cars. It's been recovered. It's the number 58 car there, being Michael Pertikin. And you can see there damage on the rear there. So that car might not even get the second race later on this afternoon. The second car, that being number 26, John Slack. Guessing the two both cars with rear damage. Now I wonder if one spun and the other collected it, just perhaps to the back of the car. Hard to tell, but safety car's in. We go racing once more then, and it's Ben Sims that still has the lead. He held off Sam Mitchell on the restart, so it's the Jomo that leads from Mitchell in the Merlin as they turn their way for Agostini. I think Toyn's lost out to Josh West on the restart. Youngster Josh West, he was the novice, won the novice races last year. This he won the Norman Greenway Trophy at Brands Hatch. Norman Greenway Trophy happening, I think it's this race, the first race of the weekend, the Norman Greenway Trophy. Of course, the big commentators at Snetterton, the actual commentary box here at Snetterton, it's called a Norman Greenway Trophy nowadays. But down that straight, out Williams they come. It's the long line of these 1600cc Formula Ford machines, and here comes Sam Mitchell. He's right in the slipstream of Ben Sims, who he closes up all the way down the straight. Sims goes to Ben Sims, outside goes now Mitchell. As he goes around the outside, they head into Brundle. Can he do this? They're side by side, and Ben Sims just about cleans in the lead. They slow the cars down to Nelson, then they turn through the right part of the corner. Who's going to come out in front? I think it's still Sims ahead of Mitchell as they head their way down to Bombhole then, and then they turn out of there and onto Coram Curve they will go. And as they appear, it's still Sims ahead of Mitchell. The two of them absolutely tied together. Third position is David Wild, and Josh West leads this queue of cars as they turn their way through Murray's. Great racing as always, as we come to expect with Formula Ford 1600 races throughout the UK, not just in the Historic Championship. Of course today the around the Championship of France going on down at Brands Hatch. Great racing, always provided from the Formula Ford 1600 cars. See these historic cars out there, great to see as well. So it's the Jomo that leads, that's Ben Sims' Jomo JMR7. Leads from Sam Mitchell in the Merlin Mark 20. Third, David Wild in the Lola T200. Fourth, that's Josh West in the Merlin Mark 28. And then in fifth, Simon Toyn, the Lola T200. So leaders out of Parma. And I think we could have had a change here. That must have happened down to Ritchie's. Into the lead has come Sam Mitchell. So they turn their way for Agostini, about a car between them here side by side as Will Nuttall tries to come round the outside of Josh West. I think Josh West has also lost out to Simon Toyn. Toyn back up to fourth then. West under pressure from Will Nuttall. So they head their way through Hamilton. Will Nuttall in the Jamin T2. Let's say get onto the brakes into Woggies then. Good battling. They go behind the barriers as they head down towards Williams, so we'll pick up the leaders, and in that lead it is Sam Mitchell, second Ben Sims. You can see these two just starting to break away. From third place David Wild, somebody just run out a bit wide. It could have been West, hard to tell. Let's see this as we pick them up. They're side by side, and this is Will Nuttall up on the inside of Josh West as they head into the left-hander under the bridge at Brundle. And through on the inside has gone Will Nuttall, so Josh West started to drop back down. It's down to 6 as the leaders head back towards the end of the lap. There'll be 2 safety car laps, by the way, taking out a good chunk of time, about 9 minutes, so less than 10 minutes to go when the restart happened, so not long now. And Mitchell's by himself here. What's happened to Ben Sims? Him and a spin out of the bomb hole for him, and where's he going to rejoin? I think about 5th it looked. Let's see as they come up across the line and onto our timing screen to complete lap 5 then. In number 40, Sam Mitchell leads. He does a 2:07.3, the fastest lap of the racer. In second, David Wild, 4 seconds down. Third is Simon Toyn. 4th, Will Nuttall. Then Ben Sims is in 5th. 6th is Josh West. 7th, P.T. Kaviri. And all those cars relatively close together, actually. Especially third back, just about 3 seconds covering all those cars, and we can see them now. So they make their way down towards Agostini. There's David Wild, followed by Simon Toyn and Will Nuttall. That being second, third and 4th. And Ben Sims off of Agostini, just a bit of a gap to catch for that scrap for second. You see Ben Sims, it looked like he flung the car sideways as he turned into Hamilton there. Great driver Ben Sims is, has a Formula 3 car as well that he raises now and again. There's your leader though, that's Sam Mitchell. Now second, third and 4th all together. And now can Will Nuttall do anything about Simon Toyn? You can see Simon Toyn checking his mirrors because he knows Will Nuttall's sitting there right in the slipstream and he'll be closing. And behind us, nose to tail as well. This is P.T. Kaviri with Josh West looking up on the inside of him as they turn their way into Brundle, and done it before the corner had Josh West. Great move there, using the slipstream to his advantage and to get that place. Great move then from youngster Josh West. And he is his second season of racing. Now we wait for the leaders to appear back down at Murray's. But of course Sam Mitchell will be in the lead, but of course it's the scrapping behind that we're concentrating on, because Sam Mitchell looks strong for the victory as he flings his car through Murray's. That's a second, third, 4th. And you can see Ben Sims in 5th, almost close to mid now, so it's Wild ahead of Toyn and Nuttall, and then Ben Sims on the charge. He's in 5th. 6th position, Josh West, he did get ahead of P.T. Kaviri, and then that looks like James Buxton has come up to 6th, come up to 8th now, the number 60 car, ahead of Stuart Kesterbound, and round off the top 10 is Maxim Bartel, another fastest lap for the leader Mitchell, 2:06.9. Now Ben Sims, of course he didn't really have the run to the straight, I don't think, that lap, but he's closing in that scrap for second. David Wild just ahead of Simon Toyn as they headed into Ritchie's there, they were nose to tail. Now in the slipstream have put a change in for second, so it's Mitchell, it's Palmer. We're going back to second battle, and yes, it's a change. Simon Toyn moves into second ahead of David Wild, and here comes Will Nuttall now. He's going to try and make a move on Wild. On the inside, Agostini, he's got it done. Will Nuttall up to third then. He's moved ahead of the 57 car of David Wild. Wild trying to tap back, and Ben Sims has closed him in now with all this scrapping. So Wild was second across the line, it's down to 4th now. Only half a lap completed. Ben Sims there as well as they all turn their way into Woggies. The 4 of them, 2nd, 3rd, 4th and 5th all together. This will be the penultimate lap of the race. There's the leader then, Sam Mitchell. He's clear of the pack. He's got a 6-second lead. Simon Toyn 2nd, 3rd Nuttall. Now here possible change to 4th because David Wild has got Ben Sims, one of the fastest drivers in the championship here, drawing up alongside him. But now Wild in the slipstream of Nuttall then pulls him ahead of Sims. There you can see the slipstream working, and David Wild up the inside of Will Nuttall, and he's got it done up to 3rd position. A great move from David Wild. It looked like he was going to lose a place, but then Ben Sims come out the slipstream. Wild had the slipstream to Nuttall, and then he put that to effect and dived up on the inside to grab 3rd again. This is just superb racing now. This is all allowed Simon Toyne just to break away. He's second. Now Ben Sims all over the back of Will Nuttall. David Wild starting to escape there, so they will turn their way through Murray to complete yet another lap. They'll be going on to the final lap of the race. Sam Mitchell doesn't do his fastest lap. It's still lap 6. That was the fastest lap. It's like that, half a second slower. That one, lap 7 just completed. And in second place, nearly 7 seconds down Simon Toyne, but he's got a good second now on David Wild. Then Will Nuttall 4th, and in 5th is Ben Sims still. 6th position, that's Josh West now. 7th, Peter Kaviri. 8th, James Buxton, and back to Stuart Kesterman in 9th, ahead of Maxim Bartel, who completes the top 10. A great scrap here, just turning their way through Murray's. Much further down the pack, but they're still battling just as hard. Great stuff to see. There's Sam Mitchell, he's just making his way down toward Agassi. Definitely see Toyne's got this gap. It's Nuttall back up to 3rd. Yes, he was already in 3rd, wasn't he? But Ben Sims in 4th. He's worked his way ahead of David Wild, so a good move from Ben Sims, probably at Ritchie's. There he is, the Jomo. Can he get onto the podium? Looking in the slipstream down towards Hamilton. It's not really an overtaking opportunity, but Ben Sims takes a swooping line through there, carries possibly a bit more speed, but Will Nuttall keeps his speed up as well as the cars heading towards Oggies then, and they just go behind the barriers where we can't really see them, so we're head over on camera shot. You can see the exit of Williams, but Sam Mitchell's already cleared. Second, there's Toyne, he should have that. Then Nuttall 3rd, 4th Sims, he looks in the slipstream. David Wild there as well in 3 for 3rd, and now Ben Sims right in the slipstream. He has to dart out there, and David Wild as well. They're 3 wide down the back straight. Possibly Will Nuttall missed a gear there because it was very early down the straight for the boat to go either side of it. And it's Sims at 3rd. So Ben Sims onto the podium then after his spin. And you can see already there, he's starting to break away from David Wild. And Sam Mitchell, everybody spoke about him much lately. He's going to come through to win the first race of the weekend here in the HSCC Formula Ford. So Sam Mitchell wins in the Merlin. 2nd, Simon Toyne. 3rd, Ben Sims has got that. It's a good recovery drive from him. 4th is going to be David Wild. Will Nuttall's pulled back on that lap. 6th, Josh West. He's pulled out a gap now to Pitti Kaviri in Nigvati. In 8th is James Buxton. Here's the scrap for 9th. That's Stuart Kesterman and Maxim Bartel together. Stuart Kesterman normally races a newer Van Diemen. We'll say newer, still a 1980 car. In 11th, that's Kevin Stansel. And then a gap back to 12th place. This is the big scrap. It should be led by Roland Svensson in the Merlin Mark 17. Yes, it is. He's in that 12th place, just ahead of David Innes, who's got charging up on the inside of him. He couldn't quite do it. Louis Hanchul, we've had a spinner though. He recovers.